Ladies and gentlemen, I thought it would be cool to give you a little bit of crypto technical analysis. We're going to give you my algorithmic levels in real time. We're going to be discussing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Dogecoin. You're going to see which one I think already is pretty much right near a bottom and has at least a short-term buying opportunity. Before I go into these levels, I want to thank you guys for reading our disclaimer that was in the beginning of this video. Thank you so much. And I would also like to just, I want to just before I start breaking them down, and I'm going to show you really cool stuff. In case you do not know what I have done, I call the four major bottoms in Bitcoin 4 for 4. I've done it before. Future results are not indicative of prior performance. So I'm actually putting my ass on the line now when everything is going a little crazy. In case you didn't hear recently, there was rumors that Tesla was thinking of selling out of their Bitcoin, and Elon Musk had to come out and clarify the speculation by basically coming out saying to clarify speculation, Tesla has not sold any Bitcoin, coming right from Elon Musk. Because he was Elon Musk admittedly follows somebody who's into crypto known as Mr. Whale. And Elon Musk has tweeted publicly and said that Mr. Whale is his favorite person to follow regarding cryptocurrencies. So Mr. Whale came out and actually insinuated that Tesla and Elon were selling or sold or were in the process of selling their Bitcoin. Elon denied the speculation, but still, Bitcoin got smashed. I'm going to show you what I think is an imminent bottom here in Bitcoin. It's going to be very short term. It's probably going to hit almost imminently. I'm going to show you exactly how I get it, and I'm going to show you the true power of how I draw trend lines. This is not going to be a trend line class. It is offered here at T3, and I'm not trying to pitch you for it. So keep your credit cards warm in your pocket where they belong. Instead, I wanted to let you know that I don't own any of these crypto coins. For me, I am considering scalping them. I am considering just buying and selling them. I do not believe as unpopular as it is. I think it's impossible for Bitcoin to make it in the future. And by make it in the future, it will exist. That's not what I mean, but I I don't see Bitcoin taking over a global currency. The problem is fundamentally for me, and it's just my 2 cents, and I understand it's a very unpopular opinion. You could disagree with me, and I'll respect your opinion. I'm not telling you that you need to follow my opinion. You're talking to somebody who doesn't own literally one crypto coin as we speak. So with that being said, um, I'll I'll go ahead and I'll say with Bitcoin that it costs too much to do a transaction. That's my issue with it. Ethereum cannot make it into the future in its current state. I don't know if they fork it off into this new product that actually maybe okay, fine, I'll listen. But in its current state now, you're going to need a Bitcoin part two because, or some fancy name. I don't really care if they called it, Bitcoin gold shit coins. But the problem is it costs too much to do a transaction. So much to the point where it's like if you want to send somebody $10 worth of Bitcoin, it's going to cost you, on top of the $10, a lot more than $10 just to send that person $10 worth of Bitcoin. So everybody's talking about crypto about becoming a global currency. Why not? It's used in every country. Try going with a Chinese yuan and try going to US or Canada or South America and trying to buy something in a supermarket with a Chinese dollar. They'll laugh you on the way out. However, the US dollar is very widely accepted. Most countries actually accept US dollars. We have, and we meaning people who are logging in from the United States, we do have a currency which is world recognizable and generally accepted at most places. When it comes to crypto coin, it sort of tries to break those barriers of governmental control. People like the thoughts of having, of not having, Big Brother controlling all your money. At the same time, I think there's a tremendous amount of security risk with crypto, and ironically, that's what it's meant to stop. I mean, I just have to remind people of Mount Gox, Mount GOK, with the people losing billions and billions and even today's value, even way more. I don't even want to imagine how much billions of dollars were lost because somebody supposedly hacked them and they lost all their crypto and it's unretrievable. Then you'll hear the story of somebody who had all his crypto on a flash drive and somebody threw out his flash drive and the person literally went to an open garbage dump looking for that flash drive because it was worth over $100 million and never found it. These are folklore stories. Are they true? Maybe. I can't confirm them or not. But what I am going to do today is I'm going to give you short term levels in which I personally like. I'm not telling you to buy it, where I feel there's a great chance that Bitcoin will bounce. Not only that, I'm going to give you levels on Ethereum, Cardano, and Dogecoin. So let us begin. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to just start off here. We're going to start off here right now with Bitcoin. And I'm going to give you the algo levels and I'm going to explain to you literally. And I know this is a really bold call. You're going to get a really nice bounce here in Bitcoin. And remember, you're talking to somebody who has zero love for this cryptocurrency. To me, it's not about my feelings. This line right here, and just so we're clear, I'm using the BitBay. My charts are based on the BitBay exchange. I don't know how good that is compared to others, but that's the default exchange from TradingView. So right over here, if you literally connect the March 6th low perfectly to the April 23rd low of this year, you'll have the bottom of Bitcoin. In English, the bottom of Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, for today is $41,994.55. 41994.55. Now, what happens if that level hits? Do I think it's going to hit perfectly and bounce? No, quite the opposite. So what happens with these algo levels based on the fact that it's a very flat, it's not at a sharp angle. You could see this line right here. It's not at a very sharp angle. My methodology, which again, I'm not teaching it, but I'm going to explain it in this case for you if you wish to learn it. T3 offers it. It's my life's work. I literally teach people how to draw trend lines correctly. I see people all over the internet, they butcher them. They literally sit there and they butcher these levels, and I'm just like, oh my God, that's not how you draw a trend line. Many people think you just draw trend lines left and right. 99.99, they don't give accuracy. People see them and the trend line breaks by like, where's your support level? I don't know, like 50 to $55 range. And I'm like, that's a big difference, man. Uh, the way the robots read trend lines, they read them to a penny. It's an exact science. So again, support $41,994.55. Now, what do I think happens there? I think you're going to explode in volume. I think you might pull down to 41,000, 40,500. And me, what I do is, let's say I had a certain amount of money I wanted to buy in Bitcoin. Doesn't just for numbers sake, let's say it's $1,500 worth of Bitcoin. So what I do is as soon as my level hits, I buy $500. And then what I do is I just put them $500 lower than each other. So I put $500 at just under 42,000, again, $41,994.55. $500, $500, $500, and I just buy it like that and just try to get a good average price. That would be my personal approach if I were to do this. Okay, if I were to do this, right? Now, in terms of projections, I'm not sitting, I don't know what happens afterwards. I'm not going to be one of those people like, oh, well, that's it, that's the bottom, because I think the type of bounce that you get in this should be to the next level, which we're going to find out right now. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line connected from your February 27th low. And this is exact. There's a reason why I'm picking these levels. It's not close. It's not nearby. You don't draw. Notice how the levels click here. Notice how they click in. You notice that as like a magnet? It's hard to see, but there's a tail there. See, there's a tail here. It hits exactly to the penny on bottom. It's not relatively close. It's perfect. Okay. Now, I also want to mention it depends on what day it hits. So if it hits today, it's that $41,994.55. If it hits tomorrow, the level goes down just very slightly. I mean, we're talking like I know $100. It's about $90, but that is very slightly for Bitcoin, a $90 move, right? It's less than 1%, right? So, I know you got this bearish engulfing bar. For me, I think you could get a short-term move to like 45 and a half to 47,000. So keep in mind when I'm talking about this level of 42,000, I think it's going to go up a few $1,000s, three, four, $5,000. That's the trade for me in Bitcoin. Now, maybe it keeps going to 100,000, maybe. But if I was in this trade, which I am not currently because obviously it didn't hit that level as well as one of the reasons. I'm not here looking to become a long-term investor in Bitcoin. I don't give a shit about anything when it comes to these charts and markets. The healthy part about that is I don't fall in love with the chart. I'm not going to hold Bitcoin and I'm not going to, it's funny. Anyone who's ever used the word diamond hands to me has lost money. Diamond handing things. Oh, diamond hands, diamond hands, diamond hands. Like how much did you lose on the Wall Street bet plays? They're like, oh, this one I lost on the Wall Street bets plays. But I'm saying like almost everyone I know has lost money on the Wall Street bet plays. Okay. I mean, I actually made money on GameStop, but whatever. Not silver. I bought silver. That didn't work. So yeah, Bitcoin is actually, and I know everybody came out, every bear came out of the woods. That Mr. Whale guy who spoke to Elon was bashing. He was saying, "Don't buy the dip, buy the crash," is what he said. And he might be right. I'm not disagreeing with the bearish thesis on Bitcoin. Fundamentally, I am not bullish on Bitcoin. Technically, I am absolutely bullish if it could go just a bit lower. If I could buy 40,000, 40,500, I'm in. I'm down like Charlie Brown because I think and again, there's many ways to play it. You could play GBTC, you could play Riot. There are ways to play Bitcoin related names. Okay. So that's Bitcoin. These are my algo levels on BTC. And now we're going to move on to Ethereum. Another thing that I don't believe in. It is just too effing expensive. It is just too effing expensive to do Ethereum. To, you want to send me Ethereum? It's like you have to send your kidney. It's like send me $7,000 worth of Ethereum and attach your kidney so I could pay the extra fees. And you're sitting there like, my kidney, Mark? It's kind of steep, bro. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's Ethereum, bro. That's what you got to pay. So you pretty much broke out of this ascending channel here in Ethereum. This to me is by far, there's one more line here. That's good. And this will be right over here. Hold on. This line, and then that's it. And then there's no other line that you should follow. And when I say this, just so we're clear, like what would make my line legitimate? What makes my technical levels? Why am I talking like this? Like what makes my lines legitimate? It's something that took me over 100,000 hours to do, spending times developing these strategies. I didn't steal anybody's information and rebrand it with my name. This was all created by me. And what happens is, for example, just going real quick back to Bitcoin, how do you know my level works? What I'm saying is with 100% as close as you could get to 100% certainty over here. 100% certainty. If that line hits where I gave you depending on which day, of course, it's a descending line. So if it hits 3 days from now, the level will be lower, just so we're clear. But I did give you the dates, which is the important part. The dates are the March 6th low and the April 23rd low. That's the line I'm using. I'm using the level. I'm giving you the level for today. 5 days from now, my level changes, and you could literally click like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 days from now, my level will be $41,802.28. It, but it's a descending line. So the longer on it goes, it keeps going down. You have to go further down to touch it, just so we're clear. When it comes to Ethereum's chart, Ethereum is not that close to a bottom yet. So Ethereum has an ascending support line, which is more likely to crack based on this elevated volume going back to its original channel. And again, it would be a scalp trade, just so we're clear. I'm not sitting here thinking, all right, well, Mark, I bought it at, 3,000. It went to like 33, 3,400, and then it went to 2,500. And I'm like, wow, that's an amazing trade because, it went up, 10% in a short amount of time. And by the way, I'm predicting very short-term trades. Very short-term trades. Use your own risk parameters for whatever you do, for stop losses, etc. Don't go blindly in based on what I'm saying. Don't go blindly in based on what anyone says, myself very included. But I will tell you, with the public videos out there, I am 4 for 4, calling major bottoms in Bitcoin. And if you type in, I think Newsbeat show Bitcoin, you could find them. Doesn't mean I'm right. I could be 100% wrong this time, just so we're clear, right? All right, so on Ethereum, right here, you're going to have support at 2897.81 on Ethereum, 2897.81. But the thing is with Ethereum is this line is ascending. It's going up. So every day that goes by, the higher of a number it could hit before hitting the support. However, not all trend lines are equal. This is an ascending trend line off of ascending resistance that broke, so it's more likely to break in a name like so. Like, how far do you break, right? Like, I'm gonna put my feet to the coal. Don't worry, I'm not sitting here giving you vague shit and want to look smart later. I would rather, just so we're clear, I'd rather be 100% wrong or 100% right. I don't want any weird 50 shades of gray in the middle, right? That's what I'm not aiming for. So just so we're clear, you could break it by around $110, meaning whenever this line hits, you could break it by $100 in English. If 2 days from now this line hits, and I'm gonna give you the dates, okay? February 20th high. We're using daily charts just so we're clear. 100% daily charts. And this is based on the Kraken exchange. So again, I have no idea why it chose Ethereum on the Kraken exchange. It could be the Crackhead exchange for all I give a shit about. Okay? All right. So you connect right here, the February 20th high, and you connect it right to the April 22nd high. And if you do that, whenever that line hits, February 20th high to April 22nd high, whenever that line hits and breaks by $110, that's my buy point on Ethereum in English. So here's today in Ethereum. Let's say 3 days from now this line hits. Again, I don't know when. It could be 5 days, 10 days. It could be never again, right? 3 days from now. So you literally go 1, 2, 3. And you could look at the line just to get it exact. So everything is very exact with these algorithms. The algorithms don't think about buying in a range. 29.35.90. So 3 days from now, minus $110, 28.25 is pretty much the level that I would look for to buy it. So in this case, I want the level to really, like, there's no way I would buy it exactly on the level. It'd have to be a bit lower. And by bit, I mean like $110 lower before I feel it's a good risk reward. What kind of move would I look for? 8 to 15% bounce, depending on the market, depending on what's happening at the time, depending on if there's news, depending on, maybe they'll adopt a cute kitten and they'll call it cat coin. Who knows? Could do cool things like that. Next, I'm going to go ADA, and then I'm going to go to, let's do Dogecoin. Do you guys want to do a little Dogecoin? Because this is one that everyone talks about. And in case you don't know what Dogecoin is, it was actually, I mean, I don't know why they give such little data on the Bitfinex exchange. It's probably new. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the best chart to do it on Dogecoin. But in case you don't know what Dogecoin is, it's this dog that you see. And for some reason, this dog is like the entire face of Dogecoin. And for whatever reason, the dog, for the most part, can say two words to form sentences like such coin, much movement, wow, women. The bottom part is, the longest sentence the dog has ever used. Okay. Sellers not welcome to moon. English broken must speak. So on Dogecoin, here, I see this is going to be a little tough for me because is there a different exchange? Is there a website? Is there a good charting platform I could use for Dogecoin? Because apparently I think it's just new. It's just new over here. And yeah, so it must be new. And so just to give you a point, like this is the only trend line like that I can draw right now. Just to give you a point, like you could see it worked here, ascending, broke 37 cents, got down to 36.36131, and then exploded. You see this move here? What I am saying is not Bitcoin so much as Ethereum. Um, my lines, for whatever effing reason, disappeared. That's okay. I know how to draw trend lines. What I am telling you is if this trend line hits, you would look for a similar type reversal move as you would. You see this Ethereum chart that I gave you the levels on? You would look for the same sort of reversal in a Dogecoin for this line. Meaning this line would hit and it would probably explode up 15-20% if this line hit on Ethereum. Ethereum would be a very violent reversal if that line were to hit. Bitcoin wouldn't be, it'll move up in my opinion, but it's not going to be as quick as an Ethereum would. So Dogecoin, um, the level I would use right now would be the April 21st high. Again, I'm probably going to look for a different exchange. Bittrex exchange is good. So can I change the exchange? Can I do Doge with a different exchange? It says Bittrex. How do I go Bittrex? Oh, right here, Doge US dollar Bittrex. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so we are going to do Dogecoin. Such rotation. Much Newsbeat. Women. Wow? Question mark. All right. And people who actually own Dogecoin, they're saying they're like Melnick. He's using the lingo, pretty well. And here's an algorithmic line I would have, and again, violent reversal. As you can see, very violent reversal. I would use this right over here, and I'll give you the levels of it. Right. So this is based on the Bittrex exchange, and you know, Dogecoin. So you have an ascending support here. This is not likely to hold well. I actually prefer the lower line here. So the buy point in Dogecoin will be 0.36246. The way you find it out is not listening to my numbers. You literally draw the April 16th to April 19th high. That's the money shot. That's what gets it all over you. That's what gets it all messy all over you. That's the money shot right there. That thing hits, and that's where I would buy it. That's the money shot. This line hits, boom, up, in my opinion. That's where I'd buy Dogecoin. And again, it keeps going down, so it depends on the day. So if you said, okay, Mark, that line went ahead and it hit on, June 1st, just making shit up. And on June 1st, the level would be 32.5 cents, let's call it, 0.3247. That would be support on Dogecoin. Okay. Now, a lot of people have been asking me for Cardano, which is Cardano US dollar. Is the Bittrex exchange good for that? Is that a good Cardano? Yeah, that's a good Cardano chart. That's good enough. So this is Cardano. And I love when people apply meaning to these coins. I know they're different in some sense, but I mean, come on, bro. My coin's gonna solve world hunger. Shut up, bro. My coin is a natural aphrodisiac. When you meet women, you just go ahead and you send them a bunch of it, and they're immediately turned on by you. It works with Bitcoin too. Try it. It's crazy. All right. Cardano. The level I would use to call the bottom of Cardano, um, February 27th high to May 9th high. That's ADA, which is Cardano. That's the level I used. If it hits tomorrow, the level would be $1.87 and a half. Okay, 1.875. Now remember, the levels I shared with you today are just scalp levels. I'll go back, I'll be happy to go back to this video and talk about them. I'll usually be right on these levels, even if I'm right or wrong on any individual occasion, I'll usually be correct in what I am saying here. So, what do you think? Do you believe in the future cryptocurrency? I do. You know what it is? I take the layman's perspective. I don't pretend to be like deeply educated on the intricacies of every coin, but I will say this. Aren't blockchains, what if they become more complex 5 years from now? Which obviously they will, because technology goes vertically up. What happens to the old blockchains? What if? I'm asking you. Maybe you have a good answer. I'm not saying you don't have a good answer. These are just questions I would have as more of a newbie. These are just questions I would have more as a newbie. So I would actually ask the question, your Bitcoin is a sequence of solved blockchain, right? What happens if you have super, super duper computers that I guess sort of guess or solve that same blockchain? Now, I'm sure maybe there's a smart answer. I'm sure. I'm just saying, wouldn't that hurt the security of your crypto coin? Another, and maybe not. Again, I'm not claiming, I'm approaching this like a newbie here. Me, I'm a technical analyst. I could buy this shit all day and sell it all day and make money and not really care if, they sell used condoms and used chewing gum. That doesn't mean anything to me. Um, the next question I would have, is as the blockchain becomes a lot more complex, why wouldn't coins of the future become more popular? Why wouldn't coins of the future become better, more secure? Is there a way? Is that what I know forking is like a something they do, but I guess I'm asking, is there a way to make these coins evolve with complexity off of the same blockchain? And I'm sure the answer might be yes, but that is the question I have. Because right now, all these coins is um, it literally tries to solve the blockchain. That's what you're doing. You're trying to solve almost like uh, a thing that would take a human several lifetimes to finish one, but you're having supercomputers do it for you. So where's the future? I don't know which cryptocurrency it is. I will say right now, I know I did, I'll say right now, a cryptocurrency that would succeed, in my opinion, it doesn't have to be backed by physical assets. I know people like, I want backed by physical assets. Are you saying the US dollar failed? I know it used to be backed, but now, are you saying the US dollar failed compared to other currencies? Because, it's holding up pretty damn well considering it's the world standard and it's backed by nothing but full faith of the US government. It's backed on a handshake agreement. So I don't really believe that these cryptocurrencies have to have like a stash of gold bars or real estate. I used to think that, but not anymore. To me, the transactional cost has to be as low as humanly possible for micro exchanges. You should be able to buy something for $1 and not get charged up the wazoo just in order to complete that transaction. Those are my thoughts. You give me a crypto like that, the closest thing I've seen to that is BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. That is I did a video on it when it was, I was bullish on it at around, what, around 100, $150 or so. Um, I can't even BSV. There we go. And again, I'm not saying some people call this, they don't like it. It's a this, it's a that. I'm not even saying it has to be this coin. I'm saying it has to do the same thing as this coin because there's a shit ton of transactions that happen on BSV, and BSV is a coin that has a lot of microtransactions. And again, I'm not saying it is or isn't going to be this coin, but the the personality of the coin where it doesn't cost a lot to do these microtransactions to me is paramount to success. Again, I don't own any of these coins. That can change by the time you watch this video. I just wanted to share some levels for you guys. And from the bottom of my heart, I hope you guys enjoyed a little technical analysis on some of the cryptos. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think about cryptocurrency. If you're interested, we not only have a free How to Overcome Psychological Toxicity in Your Trading ebook, but I have a webinar coming up this Thursday. There's a link in the description to that as well. So it's 2 free things where I teach you how to trade the open and how I trade the open. So those are 2 things that are free. You could take advantage of them right now. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.